This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, an animal abuse investigation in Sarasota County.
A Sarasota woman is facing charges tonight after sheriff's deputies say she left a dog tethered to a utility trailer, emaciated and covered in maggots. Animal services officers were first made aware of the neglected dog at a home on Walnut Avenue on June 5th when a Good Samaritan rescued the animal. Officers say the 14-year-old terrier mix named Spoonik was dead and blind and was covered in maggots and attached to a cable tether. Officers took the dog to a vet who euthanized it to stop the dog's suffering. The homeowner, Diana Harrelson, was arrested on Monday and charged with aggravated animal cruelty. During the investigation, deputies learned Harrelson was aware of the dog's condition but moved to Mississippi a few months ago. Harrelson told them that she did not have enough money to pay for euthanasia.
Her basic response was that she wanted the dog to die a natural death, and the death that dog was dying was far from being natural. If you've seen the photos, and they're just horrific.
The man who lives at the home, Joseph Shepard, was issued a notice to appear in lieu of being arrested and given a court date for misdemeanor charges related to the animal abuse. The couple had another dog named Bella that was impounded due to excessive parasites and fleas. Bella remains in the custody of Sarasota County Animal Services and will likely be transferred to a rescue facility at a later date.
A Sarasota businessman accused in a multi-million-dollar bank scheme is cleared of all charges. In 2012, Regions Bank accused Marvin Kaplan of taking part in a Ponzi scheme orchestrated by a North Carolina-based advertising agency. Kaplan had been accused of a form of check fraud and aiding and abetting the $40 million criminal scheme of Gary Truman Smith and his son. Both were principals of Smith Advertising. Kaplan ended up losing $20 million in the scheme, which prompted a 5-year legal battle. But after a 3-week trial in Tampa, a judge ruled in favor of Kaplan.
It's been 5.5 years. It's been a long time. I'm a go-getter type of guy, so I'm not letting, I'm not going to let this hold me back. I'm not retiring. I still want to do things. Hopefully it'll let me propel myself forward.
Kaplan's attorney says they're planning further proceedings against Regions Bank. Over the years, Kaplan has brought many businesses to the Suncoast, including the first Dunkin' Donuts back in 1992.
Major changes are on the way for passengers traveling into the United States.
The Department of Homeland Security enhancing security measures at airports in 105 countries throughout the Middle East and North Africa for travelers flying into the United States. ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us now live from Sarasota Bradenton International Airport to explain how this will impact travelers on the Suncoast. Erica?
Good evening, and Haley and Sky. Instead of completely banning laptops from the cabins of flights heading into the U.S., the Department of Homeland Security is implementing its new security procedures in several phases.
We cannot play international whack-a-mole with each new threat.
Secretary John Kelly and the Department of Homeland Security cracking down on international travelers entering the U.S.
Make no mistake, our enemies are constantly working to find new methods for disguising explosives, recruiting insiders, and hijacking aircraft.
On Wednesday, security officials announced a new measure at 280 airports across the world with direct flights into the U.S. TSA says it will enhance overall screening for passengers with explosive detecting canines and enhanced screenings of electronic devices.
Those who choose not to cooperate could be subject to other restrictions, including a ban on electronic devices on aircraft or even a suspension of their flights into the United States.
And we don't think we should change our way of living in America and abiding by the Constitution simply because other people dislike us.
ACLU Florida Vice President Michael Barfield explains cell phones and laptops contain private and intimate information, which government officials don't have the right to access.
It's akin to a diary, and the government doesn't have any business, unless they have probable cause to believe that there's a crime, just to go looking for something.
Barfield argues the Department of Homeland Security's phrasing is vague, and the ACLU has several pending records requests to find out the definitions for the new security procedures.
There's a lot of ambiguity in what these phrases mean and what technologies they're talking about.
The TSA will start enforcing these new security procedures within the next couple of weeks, and it will likely impact us here at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport within the next couple of months. Reporting live in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Erica. President Donald Trump's newly revised travel ban goes into effect today, and some people are already starting to feel the effects. President Trump's executive order in January called for a travel ban on 6 mostly Muslim countries. The ban resulted in chaos at airports, but after months of legal battles, the Supreme Court ruled this week to partially reinstate the ban. Under the new guidelines, if someone from a restricted country wants a visa, they have to prove a bona fide relationship to someone or an entity within the United States. The administration defines that as a parent, spouse, child, son, or daughter-in-law or siblings. Other relationships will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Rama Isa plans to get married this fall, but now worries whether her family in Syria will be allowed to come to her wedding.
I was raised by my grandparents. The idea that I wouldn't be able to have them at my wedding it's heartbreaking.
The Trump administration argues this travel ban will help protect Americans from terrorists by using extreme vetting, calling the ban's reinstatement, quote, a significant win for our national security.
All right, it's the afternoon hours, and we're watching for some showers this afternoon across the area. Let's get the latest on that from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, here they are. This was at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can see a lot of heavy rainfall looking to the south from the Van Wezel webcam. And as we move it through the time, you'll see that activity is around for about a half hour or so, and then we start to see some clearing there. And the rain was heavy at times near Inglewood, Venice, near Osprey, and along I-75, even near Northport. But that rain has since moved on from there. There could be more showers, though, popping up here and there throughout the evening. Here's the radar review showing that activity really was rather intense from Venice, again near Venetian, just south of Venetian, all the way down to Inglewood. Northport missing the bulk of that precipitation, but more showers and storms could pop up here and there. Then this activity around Parrish, heading off toward the northeast. It was around I-75 near Ellington just about 45 minutes ago or so, and now it's moved off to the northeast and will continue to do so. Parrish right there, so basically to the east of Parrish right now. But overall, satellite imagery showing this area of high pressure that's located around us. We got this flow in this general direction, so high pressure in control over us right now. That allows a lot of sunshine to be around, and then showers and storms developing along the sea breeze front. We'll have much more in our forecast for the big holiday weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A proposed home development in Venice is now stalled. A developer wants to build 118 new homes near Auburn and Border Roads in Venice. But some neighboring communities are concerned the development may be too much for that area. They'd like the developer to build fewer homes on the site. This week, the Venice City Council heard arguments for and against the proposal, and they decided to give the developer more time to come to an agreement with those surrounding communities.
We had, prior to Tuesday, been working with the developer and had been able to receive some accommodations from the developer as far as the development itself.
The developer will now go back before the City Council in October with an updated plan.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, we had a great day yesterday and then a big down day today.
Absolutely right. If you recall, all the way back to yesterday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 144 points. Today, down 257 at the low of the day. We recovered 90 points of that loss, but no matter how you slice it, biggest losses of the month for both the S&P and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, while the NASDAQ, with only one day to go this month, is on track for its first down month since October of last year. So let's take a look at the numbers. Pretty they are not. There you see the Dow down 168 points, almost 0.8% at 21,287.03 on heavy volume of 944 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day, there you see it's having its problems, down almost 1.5%, more than 90 points at 6,144.35. That on also heavy volume of 1,989 million shares. The S&P followed the trend, down 0.9%, 21 points, closing at 2,419.70. Well, you may recall all the way back in 2015, Walgreens agreed to buy the Rite Aid chain of drugstores. Well, that was all well and good except for the feds, who were very concerned about antitrust. So what happened? Walgreens today walked away from the deal and turned around and simply bought outright 2,200 Rite Aid stores for over $5 billion in cash. Walgreens now has more than 10,500 stores. That's quite a company they've built.
It sure is, Richard. Before we let you go, some news on Citicorp tonight.
Banks in general were very strong today. Citigroup announced that they were doubling the size of their dividend and buying back stock. And as you can imagine, the bank stocks were up despite the down day.
All right, Richard, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a danger with swimming pools, what you should look out for to make sure swimmers are not exposed to dangerous chlorine gas.
ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast to preview the July 4th weekend. Plus, the big top at the nation's capital. Local circus performers get ready for a big festival in D.C. Those stories are ahead.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. He's one of the longest running stars of Saturday Night Live. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. You know him from skits like Hans and Franz. Kevin Nealon is headlining at McCurdy's this weekend. He's going to stop by to chat with us. A photography expert helps us point and click and take the perfect picture of our holiday weekend. Plus, how to make the perfect ponytail in Cafe Barbosa in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I dropped it on the floor, and he stepped on it.
No matter how you broke your smartphone, there's only one smart way to fix it. Batteries plus bulbs. Schedule your repair at batteriesplus.com.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Nah in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are. This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
This year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix will feature 2 full days of racing off Lido Beach on July 1st and 2nd. Meet race teams up close during the Boats on Main downtown block party on Friday, June 30th. Don't miss the Grand Prix Fan Fest on July 1st and 2nd, where you can see race boats launch and watch the races live from under a large tent. There will be music, food, fan zones, and vendors. VIP race day viewing tickets are available at SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Tonight, health officials are warning parents on the Suncoast about a danger related to swimming pools.
5 children in the Tampa area were taken to the hospital after they were exposed to chlorine gas during swimming lessons earlier this week. The owner of the Calypso pool says a thunderstorm shut down a pump breaker in the pool, causing chlorine to build up inside a pipe. When it was repaired, the chemicals remained and then released a cloud of chlorine gas. 5 children were exposed to nearly 3 gallons of that gas. They were hospitalized for stomach pain and nausea. Now, local health officials are warning parents that the signs they should look out for.
Most of the time it's a minor inhalation, which is just irritation to the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and some coughing. The severe injuries will burn the skin and will also cause what we call pulmonary edema or fluid buildup in the lungs.
According to the CDC, the most common swimming pool injuries in the U.S. involve poisoning, including inhalation of vapor, fumes, or gases.
Circus performers from the Suncoast are showing off their skills in front of large crowds at the nation's capital. The circus arts are being highlighted as part of the Smithsonian Folklife Festival's 50th anniversary, which began today. The Circus Arts Conservatory's Big Top is up in Washington, D.C., right in the National Mall, where visitors will get to see an interactive circus experience. Sarasota aerialist Dolly Jacobs and the Sailor Circus are a part of the festival and will be performing over the next week and a half. Visitors will also get to go behind the scenes to learn from generations of circus families and emerging artists.
To present to the American people the art of circus, all 5 disciplines, aerialists, acrobats, clowns, balancers, and jugglers. It's a behind-the-scenes experience. It's the 80% you never get to see when you simply buy a ticket.
The festival runs from now until July 4th and then picks up again from July 6th through the 9th. Kind of neat to see that the Big Top that we're used to seeing here on the Suncoast right there on the National Mall.
That's crazy. That's awesome, though, and I'm sure it was quite an effort to get it up there and get everything set up, but it's an exciting thing for all of them.
Definitely.
Sure, it's an exciting weekend here, too. We have a lot going on with the boat races in town, and you can already see them kind of setting up all across the area in the Van Wezel parking lot near the 10th Street boat ramp, and we have the big block party tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperates for all that and the races over the weekend. It was a pretty nice day today. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing some fair weather cumulus clouds around throughout most of the day, and then some darkening of those clouds as a result of the convergence of the sea breeze that moved on through, and still 1 or 2 lone showers right there near Lakewood Ranch. You can see that just within the last half hour, another shower popping up near Lakewood Ranch. Well, the moisture content in the atmosphere is still very high, and it looks like it will stay that way too, meaning that when showers and storms develop, they will produce some very heavy rainfall in a short period of time. We're going to see that, I think, over the upcoming days. Not everyone's going to get in the act, though. Like we saw today, heavy rain down near Venice and Inglewood, but not much for Northport. But here's what's going on. The satellite imagery and review showing the system that we were watching in the western Gulf of Mexico has certainly moved up into the lower Mississippi Valley, and this high-pressure ridge continues to sprawl all across the state right now, and that brings us that east to southeasterly wind, and that always allows a chance for a few showers and storms to pop up. So far, most of the activity now is in the eastern portions of Manatee County, pushing up into Hillsborough. But we do have the east coast breeze still working its way across the state now into Highlands County. And where the two shall meet, we'll see some bigger storms firing up into Hardy County near Wauchula, as well as into Arcadia here through the next hour or so. And looks as though the strongest cell now just entering into Hillsborough County, moving out of Manatee County. Another one, though, that's one we just showed you on that tower cam from Lakewood Ranch. There's one popping up there. And then Port Charlotte, Northport, and Punta Gorda, you're in the quiet now, but notice the motion of these storms have been building, basically moving off to the west, but they are drifting off to the north a little bit, so I think you'll see some activity there, too, over the upcoming hour. Currently, in downtown Sarasota, it's not too bad, 88 degrees. Lots of sunshine, and the dew point up there at 75 degrees. Winds are out of the west. The sea breeze has certainly developed here near the coast, 30.03 on the barometer, and that is still pretty high. It's falling slightly, though, as a result of the heat of the day. 88 degrees in Sarasota, 84 in Orlando, 89 now in Miami. And around the area, temperatures have cooled a little bit where the rain was around earlier, but starting to come back up. 86 in Inglewood now, 92 in Wauchula. 88 in Arcadia, the water temperature at 89 degrees. We take that at the end of the Venice Pier, and that water temperature usually tops out around 90, 91 degrees during the summer months. The forecast tomorrow looks good in the morning, sunshine, plenty of it. Then as the sea breeze develops, there's always a chance for a shower or two. Not a lot, but there's always a chance up until around 2, 3 o'clock. And then we really start to get going after 6 o'clock in the afternoon and evening. There'll be scattered showers and storms in the forecast through the weekend. Well, satellite and radar imagery showing a basic zonal flow right now across much of the northern plains, moving west to east from the plain states. Some showers there on into Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Just a few clouds and showers. The heavier rainfall down in the lower Mississippi Valley. Well, the RPM forecast model shows us that we will see some scattered storms through this evening, most of it over at 11 o'clock, and then A chance for a morning shower, not much, but the better chance comes late in the afternoon and evening as that sea breeze certainly gets going, and we'll see that played out over the weekend and into the 4th of July. For boaters, winds out of the south and southwest at 10 knots, and it will subside to 5 knots in the afternoon. Seas running less than 2 feet. Mostly smooth to a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The beaches will see a high near 88 degrees, and the UV index will be high, and the high tide upcoming at 7:09 in the morning. Low tide will be at 1:23, sunset at 8:29. Partly cloudy, scattered storms this evening, otherwise partly cloudy, and 76 your low. Tomorrow, rain chance at about 40% for those scattered afternoon and evening storms. A high near 90 degrees. The extended forecast does call for a chance for showers and storms, typical for Florida in the summer, right through the 4th of July. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No crashes in the area, but we're seeing I-75 backed up from Fruitville Road north to University Parkway. Slow going at this hour. And remember, you can find out about important road closures and crashes instantly on your phone. All you have to do is download our My Suncoast app. You'll get traffic alerts, important news updates, weather forecasts, and much more, all delivered right to your phone.
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, with temperatures rising, if you're spending time outside, you need to make sure you're not getting dehydrated. Heat-related illnesses are common not just among children and the elderly. It can happen to anyone, particularly when temperatures start pushing 90 degrees or higher. Signs and symptoms of dehydration include fatigue, muscle cramps, lightheadedness, confusion, dry mouth, and headaches. And do not wait until you are thirsty to drink water. The CDC recommends drinking enough cool fluids each hour to maintain a normal color and amount of urine. If you're exercising vigorously when it's hot, you should drink 2 to 4 glasses of fluids each hour. If you prefer a light roast coffee to a dark, bold blend, your choice of Joe may actually be better for your health. A study in the journal Medicinal Food found the lighter the roast of coffee, the higher the concentration of the antioxidant chlorogenic acid. Researchers also exposed the extract of each roast of coffee to human cell cultures. The lighter roasts with higher doses of antioxidants better prevented cell damage. The reason that dark varieties have lower antioxidant content is because the coffee beans are roasted more, so they're more exposed to air for longer periods and likely at higher temperatures. All of those things contribute to the depletion of antioxidant elements. Coming up, pigs on the run. A tractor-trailer crash sends hogs rushing along a busy highway during rush hour traffic. Plus, a disappearing act. What caused a sinkhole to open up and swallow a car? That's straight ahead.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. his family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
A wild scene unfolds on a Texas highway after a tractor-trailer carrying pigs crashes and bursts into flames. The 18-wheeler loaded with the hogs crashed on Interstate 45 south of Dallas this morning. The truck tipped to its side and later caught on fire. Several pigs made their way out of the trailer, with some of them going as far as a half-mile away before they were captured. The crash closed the interstate in both directions, snarling traffic during the rush hour. The driver, though, was not hurt. And not a good start to the day for the owner of this car in downtown St. Louis. An 8-inch water main caused a giant sinkhole to form, which swallowed that car. The owner of the car says he was coming back from the gym when he noticed the car in the hole. A crane had to remove it because a tow truck can't come within 25 feet of the sinkhole. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
A North Carolina man learns the hard way about breaking into a pregnant woman's car when she tries to run him over with it. The woman says she was walking out of Walmart when she saw the man trying to break into her SUV. She chased him, but she couldn't catch him, so she jumped behind the wheel of her vehicle.
She slammed on her brakes, crammed it in reverse, and run over the median over there in between and hit him in the back. I mean, he was running and she just flat hit him.
The expectant mother also told police the man was trying to take her purse as well. She is facing an assault charge. As for the would-be robber, he had minor injuries. Police are charging him with breaking and entering, larceny, and damage to property. Work on a high-rise in Fort Lauderdale is put on hold because of a construction worker hurt on the job. The man suffered a back injury while working on the 12th floor of the building today. Firefighters had to use a tower crane to lower him to the ground. This entire rescue took about 45 minutes.
Kindness in Texas is going viral on social media. Some people in Rockwell got together to buy a 20-year-old man his very own car. Justin Corva is a recent high school grad who had to walk 6 miles to work every day. That's until a couple of weeks ago when a stranger began a string of good deeds by offering him a ride. Well, his story was shared online, and in just a few days, donations started pouring in, and soon there was enough money for Corva to buy his first car. No more walking to work.
Fantastic. They also have paid for some gas, insurance, all kinds of things to help him. I think a year worth of insurance, $500 gas card, so a lot of things to get him. Because once you have a car, that's only one part of it. Then there's a lot of other expenses too. But
nice people there in Texas.
Yeah, I would say so. I think so. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the verdict for the police chief of Punta Gorda.
If a jury convicted Tom Lewis for his role in an accidental shooting during a training exercise.
Thanks to the state budget, big things are happening here at New College. Down the road, another school dealing with budget cuts. We'll tell you why some people think that's wrong coming up after the break.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before.
And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.